Hello, Wim Dijkgraaf here, owner of Metal Heaven. Here a quick functional walkthrough of the Rhodium 24 platform to do metal estimations and quotations. First page is all about KPIs measuring and displaying response times as well as conversion ratios, etc. So the most important KPIs to manage a sales team are on this page. Let's start from the perspective of a salesperson creating a new project. And let's suppose that Metal Heaven requested a quotation for 2 assemblies. We upload the assemblies here, and Metal Heaven or Rhodium will start processing these assemblies. So what Rhodium is doing now is actually 3 things. It disassembles the assembly into its individual parts, including the amounts, etc. That's one step. The second step is analyzing the basic material that the parts should be made of. So what you see here is it decided this is a sheet with thickness of 3 millimeters. Here's thickness of 2 millimeters. And here the other assembly has some purchasing parts as well as sheet metal as well as tubes with these dimensions. That's the second part, and the third part is that Rhodium determines the bill of labor, which we see here. So it has to do sheet. So in order to manufacture this, it has to be sheet cutted as well as banded. Here we see the assembly in 3D. We can colorize that. Same with the other assembly. So we have a simple viewer here, colorize it, and we see that consists of tubes as well as sheet metal. Conceptually, the following has been performed by Rhodium. Let's take this piece. This is sheet metal with bandings. It unfolded it in order to do a proper material usage estimation. And here we see all the analyzed geometric cost drivers, like the contours, amount of injection, contour length, round holes, the bending information, areas and volumes, etc. Nothing has been calculated yet, so that's why we don't see any values here. In order to create a quotation, only 2 things have to be done. The proper amount should be set. So let's suppose that we want that assembly 3 times and this one 4 times and the whole project 2 times. You see that the whole tree structure, the amounts have been recalculated such that at part level we see all the proper amounts. And the second last step is to assign a material. We can simply do that at assembly level. We apply this material and so now Rhodium has calculated and estimated, as well as the nesting has been performed. So here we have insight in the result of the nesting, not only for sheet metal but of course also for tubes. So here we see the resulting nesting in tubes. And here the amount of tubes to be purchased. Here an example of the nesting over here. So actually now the quotation has been generated by Rhodium. Last step is to adjust the margins or the surcharges. So we can simply click here and adjust surcharges like 40%. Save that, will be applied. And then here we have a built-in quotation generator based on Word templates. So these you can adjust the whole corporate identity such that it reflects your own corporate identity, of course. Now we can set this to quoted. This would be the first time in the whole process that the user, for example, in the portal will see the prices. besides that, this is the first moment in time that all the details are exported and imported into the ERP system. There could be a negotiation phase going on about prices. Price adjustments can be made now till the customer says, okay, this is okay for me, and he orders it. And that's the last step of the process. Now all the details will be imported again or finally in the ERP system with the various CAD files and all the details of what Rhodium has estimated. Finally, let me just quickly show one of the latest features, which is support for PMI data, so product manufacturing information, production and manufacturing information, sorry. So what you can see here is that the whole viewer can show PMI information in 3D. Also for, of course, sheet metal as well as for tubes, like this. So we see here surface roughnesses, we see tolerances and further measurement indications. So we have full support for PMI data. And a last thing I would like to show, that besides a flat bill of material, which means a main assembly with its parts, like here, we also now have full support for hierarchical bill of materials. So what we see now here is a main assembly with its sub-assemblies, with of that sub-assembly the parts and the sub-assemblies of the sub-assembly, like the wheel here, etc. And we can drill in. That's it for the functional walkthrough. In a separate video I will explain a little bit about the vision behind this platform. Thanks for your interest and hope to speak to all of you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.